All right, shalom, shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Give double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and the women who follow. There's the brother Kratazah from the GMS Nebraska camp, coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. This one being entitled News and Prophecy Update for today, March 6th of 2025, the hopeful year of our return, the return of our Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. So I got a couple videos I'm gonna play, and we'll discuss it and get some scriptures, and Lord's what's edifying. So without further ado,
doesn't think that there's a form of martial law in Los Angeles, I just want to introduce you to Checkpoint with military. There's like, hello, how's it going?
Oh, you guys got a pass?
Yeah, press pass.
Medium.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are good.
Thanks for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, this is full military equipment in the civilian population. So that's what's happening in Los Angeles. If anyone
right? So as you can see, like you said, it's full military equipment. That's a stop. You have the Humvees. You got your guys in the Army fatigues. This is definitely a martial law scenario. You know, this is really what it is getting the people used to it. All right, it's a predictive programming. Um, the turtle in the pot. Let's see if we can get a. I said the frog in the pot. The frog in the pot is a metaphor for how people may not notice gradual threats until it's too late. You know. So it says the story goes that a frog will jump out of a boiling pot will jump out of a pot of boiling water, but will stay in the tepid water that is slowly heated to a boil. The frog is unable to sense the gradual temperature increase until it's too late, right? So people are gonna notice, well, hey, there's a lot more of this going on, and it's gonna be too late. All right, so let's grab a scripture real quick. This is Second Ezra 15, and verse 17 says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, but for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." You know, this is going to be a norm. During martial law, during Jacob's trouble, you're going to see these troops everywhere. But with all the fires, the reconstruction that's going on in California, it's giving them the green light to start implementing, these military procedures. All right. So let's move on to the next subject here.
Potential new policy. We have breaking exclusive NBC News reporting. President Trump is now considering making a major change to the United States' participation in the NATO alliance. The administration is discussing a potential new policy in which the U.S. might not come to the defense of a NATO ally if it were attacked, if that country doesn't meet the defense spending threshold. That's according to three current.
Hey, that's that's extortion. That's what that's called. That's called extortion. Extortion is the practice of obtaining something, especially money, through force or threats. So he's forcing these NATO countries to pay that money. Because if they don't pay that money, then they won't get protection. He used bribery and extortion to build himself a huge art stuff mansion. What are the three types of extortion? Protection schemes. And that's exactly what it is, a protection scheme. All right, let's listen to it one more time.
Considering making a major change to the United States participation in the NATO alliance. The administration is discussing a potential new policy in which the U.S. might not come to the defense of a NATO ally if it were attacked, if that country doesn't meet the defense spending threshold. That's according to 3 current and former senior U.S. officials and 1 congressional official. Now, if that happens, it would mean the U.S. would be going against the core tenet of the alliance, including Article 5, where an attack on one member is an attack on all. We have breaking exclusive.
An attack on one member is supposed to be an attack on all. So if they're going against, that core principle, then what are they even there for? And don't you think the other members wouldn't appreciate that? How could anyone trust you? You signed the deal to be in the mutual defense pact. So if someone needs your help because they ain't paid them taxes, they're not going to get your help. That's called extortion. That's exactly what that is. Let me see. A protection scheme is a type of extortion where someone or a group demands money or other benefits in exchange for protection. We will not defend you if you don't pay up. That's crazy. But we know it's all through the Spirit and it's all through prophecy. Revelation 17:16, it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Right? And when you go back and you see all these countries, these are all the different NATO flags. All right. These are all the European countries, all right, the Edomite countries who are protected by America, right, who are really, they're protected from these guys, from the Russians. All right, so if Russia decides they want to take over or they want to invade anybody, that country better have its money right, because if it don't, you're going to get a swift kick right in the what by Russia. And then your feelings gonna be hurt when Big Bag America ain't feeding you the money like they feeding Ukraine, all right, to help you. Trump not playing. Trump is not playing. Says these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Yeah, because they're gonna turn their back on America. This is a beautiful time to be alive, because we're at the end of this thing. We're at the very end. We got martial law scenarios. You got scenarios where these countries are turning their backs on America. All right, and then we got the last but not least.
Did you know that? Did you hear about the largest private equity company in the entire world buying the most important shipping lane in the Western Hemisphere? BlackRock, the $1 trillion private equity company, the one with $11.5 trillion in assets, the ones who control so much of the world around us. When you dial down on all of these financial reports, they now own both ends of the Panama Canal. They bought the Atlantic port and they bought the Pacific port. So that way they can get us at both ends. Yeah, BlackRock. I know a lot of people who voted for Donald Trump because they thought that he would stand up against BlackRock, but he's the one who not only made the conditions for this to happen, he's the one who facilitated the deal, and then he was so proud about it, he actually congratulated himself about it in the speech last night. Donald Trump said he was going to invade Panama to take control of it back for America. Then he threatened Panama and the owners of those ports so much that then BlackRock just stepped in and, as good guys, offered $23 billion to buy all these ports. And then Donald Trump signed off and said, that's a great idea. And then last night he said, America now controls the Panama Canal through an American company. He just didn't tell you it was BlackRock. Instead, he spent the rest of that 90-minute speech blaming all of our problems on transgender mice or some shit. So make sure as you go and say your prayers tonight that you thank Donald Trump. Say thank you, Donald Trump, for selling the Panama Canal to BlackRock.
And there you go. BlackRock, the biggest company in the world who owns everything from Pepsi to Coca-Cola to T-shirts. Let me pull up a use Google BlackRock, and then let's see. Here we go. Look, they own every fucking thing. Everything. Everything. You name it. They got their hands on it. Like, this shit is crazy, right? But only it's not crazy. This is what it is. You know, you got all these giant companies who own all these smaller companies, and BlackRock owns all of them. And you wonder why, you know, is GMOs in all the food? BlackRock. You wonder why everything's a piece of shit? BlackRock. You wonder why all signs is leading to BlackRock, all right? We have to go to them for our content. Our content comes from who? Comes from BlackRock. When I say content, I mean your television programming. You wonder why it's shit. You wonder why it's telling the kids to do alphabet activities and things of that nature. Blame BlackRock. All right, BlackRock owns everything, and now, as old boy just so lovely, eloquently put it, you know, they own both sides of the Panama Canal. BlackRock strikes $23 billion deal to place Panama Canal ports under American control. It's like he said, it's under BlackRock control. I ain't got shit to do with this. You ain't got shit to do with this. You know, you're not who's gonna benefit from this? The elites are. The elites are. So let's get the Psalm 73. I'll start at verse 3. It says, let's start at 1. It says, truly the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart, right? Which that's not most Americans, all right? That's not even most Jake, you know, he's speaking about the elect. It says, but as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. And that prosperity of BlackRock is soaring. It's in the trillions. It's in the trillions, right? Let's see. BlackRock company valuation. Let's see. So it says it has a market cap of 150 billion, or it's worth 150 billion. So if it's worth 150 billion, you got to add at least a couple, at least one or two more zeros onto that, and you know that'll be in the right ballpark. Because like I said, they own everything. You know, we're at their mercy. All right. It says, when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm, right? There's nothing holding them back. All right. It says they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. They don't have the same issues as me and you. we're the ones who are the victims of this trade war that's going on with the U.S. and Canada and the U.S. and Mexico with these tariffs. They don't care because they're not in trouble like other men. They're not plagued like other men. The price of gas don't move them left or right. Eggs being $20 don't, yank at their chain, so to speak. Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain. Violence covers them as a garment. And how do you think they got all these countries? Or Saki, BlackRock, that is. How do you think they got all these companies? You think that no blood got shed? Do you think there was no intimidation? Do you think they just, did it the old honest way? And if you two work hard, you can be just like BlackRock? No, that's not how it goes. They're not playing by the same set of rules. These are the people who want to enslave you. These are the people who want you in chains and you to be their servant. You're the goyim. They'll have no good intentions for you. Says their eyes stand out with fatness, and they have more than heart could wish. What else could you give a man that has the world? You give him a man. Pause. Now, when I say that, I mean, they at this point, the only thing you can give them is slave labor. They want to be like the Most High. Let's get that real quick. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:4. It says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. All right, that's the so-called white man to the T. All right, especially these elites, especially these BlackRock guys. Says they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. They set their mouths against the heavens, and their tongue walketh throughout the earth. Therefore, his people return thither, and the waters are a full cup, and the waters of a full cup are rung out into them. All right, that's all I wanted from that. Let's get Job 5 and 12. Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right, because BlackRock is the main tool that the elites are using to own the world, to put everything on paper. That is, all right, because they're not gonna just come out and say, "Hey, it's me." Who gives a fuck, Rockefeller? Hi, I'm Jimmy Rockefeller. And I own the whole world. I'm going to buy even more of it. No, they're doing it through a shell company. Somewhere that they can hide, they can put up a puppet, all right, and have him be the face of it and just reap all the benefits. All right, but they're don't get it twisted. Their end goal is to try to perform their enterprise, which is to set up that new world order. All right, that great reset. And we know, like the scripture said, he's going to disappoint their devices. All right, the Lord is going to take these Edomites down, but it's going to be at that last minute. All right. Yeah. Job 20 and 22 says, in the fullness of his sufficiencies, he should be in straits. Excuse me. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Right? So when he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast his fury the fear of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him when he is eaten. So when he thinks that he's going to have this whole New World Order on lock, and this is a big part of it, don't get that twisted in any way. You know, they own these ports, so now they own travel. I don't know if people can. Let me see. Panama Canal. There we go. There we go. So when you own the Panama Canal, you now have access to any ship that's needing to go from the Pacific to the Atlantic. All right, this is the shortcut. Nobody's going all the way down and around. All right, everyone's taking the short route. Right. So strategically, militarily, this is a big deal. You can move troops through the Panama Canal. You can move goods through the Panama Canal. And if you're an enemy, then you're not going to have access. All right. This is a big move that was made. A very big power move. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to get into today. Just these three things. And Lord's will, we keep up with this. And Sakya for dropping it so late. I'll try to get these out earlier in the day. But with that being said, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem or Karkadash. Give the honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity of the men and women who follow. Shalom.